Feel incredible!
It's not a cartoon. It's anime.
Yes. Welcome to another episode of Animeshun. The squad is back in 3/4 of effect.
Yes, sir.
Myself, Rob, Ice,
Yup.
no whole ass Brennan.
No whole ass.
The bitch ain't here today. But we got a special guest, Jasmine Rogers.
Hey,
you might know him
thanks,
from
guys.
Daddy Issues. I've known this
Hey.
guy for a long time.
Welcome.
Stand-up scene.
Thank you.
Um,
I appreciate the invite. Thank you.
Yeah, man. You know, we doing this show. We do one-off. We do debates. We talk our shit.
I love it.
Man,
I love
we
shit
do
talking.
we do all things anime, man.
You know what? And I'm back.
He is back.
After a long hiatus, a little month. It was like a month. It was a couple weeks. Had a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
Working on a little film action.
Busy
Oh, nice,
man.
man.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm back in this bitch, but I appreciate my man Keenan for holding me down while I was gone. And bitch ass Brennan not here, so I'm gonna say it. I say it with my chest anyway, but I'm gonna say it and make up for the past month. You're listening to the greatest fucking anime podcast in the entire world. The greatest fucking anime podcast in the entire world.
Making up for lost time.
Doubled up,
Right.
huh?
Yeah.
Doubled up
Had
on it,
to.
man. Brennan
Had to.
normally goes. That's what Brennan does. He'll take his headphones
Rips
off.
off. Yeah, that's a holdover because like we
Yeah.
were doing this remotely. He could take it off and not hear, but now he just takes off the headphones.
He just hears
He
it.
just gets it raw at that point. It's like straight from your vocal cords to his eardrums.
Raw
Why,
dog.
does
No condom.
Brennan hate it? What
Because
is
he's a
the-
hoe.
Oh,
Well, Brennan
that's
hates
true.
everything like
That's
that.
true.
Like when
That's
we used to
very
power
true.
up, I guess when I used to power up by myself, Brennan would be Brennan. He'd take his headphones off too. It's like, bro, it's not. Nothing's that serious.
Maybe Brennan has an inner ear sensitivity thing. Maybe he just has hyper hearing.
He has
or
an
Wolverine
inner.
or something.
He has an inner bitch. That's just what it is. That's all. There's an inner bitch.
He does
inside
say
of him.
he has a heightened sense of smell, so maybe he is like a
Oh,
daredevil
yeah.
type
There you
situation.
go,
Is he
guys.
He's,
Tan-
like,
is he
hyped up.
Tanjiro?
Yeah.
Wait. You know I hate Brennan, and here I am thinking of reasons to
To
defend
defend
him.
him.
Oh, yeah,
There you go. Huh? Nothing?
No, he doesn't deserve any defense.
So I love when people are not here. We just dog them out because they can't defend themselves.
Oh, it's great.
It's the best
That's
thing
the best
ever.
thing ever.
All right, man. So, we got some news as always. Rob, hit him with the news.
Yeah, I got a couple anime news stories here for you guys. We got Cowboy Bebop live adaptation dropping on Netflix this fall.
Finally.
With the music from the original composer.
Yes.
So, as we know, Netflix is bringing Cowboy Bebop to live action. Faced some stoppage along the way. First, John Cho, who's playing Spike, injured his leg on set while filming. And then, of course, COVID came along. But luckily, they're filming in New Zealand, which has had a great track record when it comes to the pandemic. So they were able to get back to work relatively quickly. A couple weeks ago, they announced the show's going to debut this fall, actually. And on top of that, they're bringing back the original composer, Yoko Kanno.
So you said it's a show. It's not a movie. I thought it was supposed to be a movie.
No, it's a show. It's a show.
Episodic.
Yeah.
Are there any good ones? Live actions.
Live action
Adaptations?
shows, no.
No.
'Cause
Yeah.
Are there any good ones?
The mob Psycho live action is trash.
Yeah,
I believe it.
But it's
Yeah.
actually the best one I've seen.
The only live action
That's how
anime,
bad they are.
the only live action anime that I really enjoyed was Speed Racer because it was like it's so committed to being like we are going to do exactly what the anime did,
Yeah.
but with real life people.
It was goofy.
Yeah.
as shit.
It's goofy, but I had a great time. I was in a theater with Tony Valentino,
Yeah.
and like
How old were you?
Two
Wasn't
other
that
people.
like a long time ago?
That
and
was
we
a
were in
long-
college. We were
Okay.
college roommates at
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I
time,
remember being. I was in high school.
and we had a blast. But it was like us. And like two other people on the other side of the theater, pre-pandemic, obviously.
Yeah.
Nobody else. We were like standing up and cheering. We were having a blast. We had a great time at Speed
Death
Racer.
Note wasn't too bad.
I didn't see
Death
that
Note.
one.
Death
I
Note. There's two actually. Death Notes.
I didn't see that one.
live action Death
Adaptation.
Notes.
Oh yeah, because they did one with Lakeith Stanfield too, like as
that was bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
That was terrible. But
Damn, Lakeith's not really hitting it on the
anime tip.
the anime.
It's a different realm, bro. Maybe it takes a minute. I don't know.
The
Like,
voice acting too. Because he did the voice acting, right?
for
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Yasuke,
Ryu.
Yasuke.
Yeah.
Yasuke?
Yasuke, yeah.
But what about what did he do on the movie?
He played L.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He played L in the movie. It wasn't. Here's the thing. He did L well.
Okay.
I think he was solid as L.
The movie was bad.
The movie, it's just like you can't rush 40 episodes, 38,
37.
37 episodes
Yeah.
into a movie.
Yeah.
The guy that played Light, I wasn't feeling. A lot of stuff they missed on. I think he played a good because he's already kind of like a weird.
Yeah.
I don't want to say weird, but that's kind of like his cadences. And
Yeah.
he can play weird really well.
Yeah.
So when he played L, it wasn't super far fetched. He's sitting in a chair eating candy. He had his funny moments. So I think he was fine, but
okay.
it was so.
Attack on Titan did the same. They tried to do
Yeah.
the movie super fast.
Ooh.
It was like season 1 or
We
2.
watched
might
it
have
together,
been out.
didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And did you ever see the second part? There was 2 parts of the movie.
For what?
I'm just saying. You gotta,
Did y'all finish the Dragon Ball Z Evolution movie? Like, did
I've
y'all
never even
finish?
started.
I don't know if I watched the end. I remember watching it and being like, "Whoa!"
I can't. Let me tell you something, bro. From the bottom of my heart, and I say this for real. Looking into the camera, I can't even respect you if you finished it. That movie's not finishable. Is that a word? Is that a word?
I mean, unfinishable, something like that.
It's not. It's terrible.
And Kenan liked the worst Wolverine movie of them all, so that's saying something,
Yeah.
bro. That is
The
saying,
Wolverine was not bad, so you can go fuck yourself, Chaz.
and that's saying something, guys. Kenan, he champions that movie.
All right, Rob.
But yeah, no, not only is it going to be a TV show, they just wrapped up the first season of filming, which you heard that right. The first season, they're already planning a second season because they're not doing a 1-for-1 retelling. They're taking like the same stories, but they're going to be like 1-hour episodes. They're like, we're going to get in deeper into the backstory of these characters, both good characters, bad characters, like good and evil, and like really explore how they're all connected. So
Who's playing Ed?
that is the one casting I haven't seen yet. So that
Yeah.
might not even happen this season.
Whoa, that's
shit.
that's not gonna do well.
Yeah, well,
That's
yeah.
they're gonna shit on that just off that.
As long
off
as
GP.
they have a plan
If they got a
for
good
it.
story to it,
If you
and
have
then
a
because
plan for it.
Bro.
if you might be apprehensive to it initially, but then if you see what they're doing and they're deep diving like that, if I can learn more about Spike and Vicious, just them two alone,
It depends.
I'm
it
good.
depends. You gotta give him a chance
Yeah.
first, but it
I
depends
think
on
we're
what the story
good,
is.
but Ed is a fan favorite to a lot of people, man.
Yeah.
But Ed joined the crew super late.
She did.
Okay.
he did.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay,
Did we
that's,
ever-
give him a chance, Kenan.
that's true. That's right. My bad.
Did we ever figure out Ed's gender?
Androgynous.
She,
Is it-
but
is
it's,
it
it's,
she?
it's
Okay, it's just-
pretty androgynous.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's like Prince.
Yeah.
But they actually do
Prince is
have
a guy, so
That's true.
he's a male.
I thought it was just the androgynous era. You know what I mean? The 80s. Straight up 80s.
But yeah, they also brought back Shinichiro Watanabe, the original show's director, on staff as a
Dope.
consultant for the show. So hopefully that bodes well. I mean, I know we kind of had some mixed reactions to Cowboy Bebop. Are you guys excited for the adaptation? I mean,
I actually, 'cause I think for me, I understand why it was great. I think I might have just watched it at a time where I was older, and I came into it expecting it to be together, not separate episodes.
right.
Yeah.
So like
there's-
Adventure of the Week or whatever.
Right. So there's episodes that I did really like. The music, like I said, is top notch. Some of the best music in anime, like of all anime. So,
Yeah.
and I like Spike as a character.
Yeah, I fuck with Spike. I fuck with Vicious, honestly.
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm more excited now that you said that it's deeper because I really want to know. Just them two alone. Spike. I want to see what's going on with them, but also what's the name? May and what's the dude?
Jet, I think is his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to if they get deeper into that and it's dope and it's just not no like stupid exposition for no reason.
Yeah.
Then it's like okay, cool. I'll rock with it.
how long is the season?
I don't know, but it is hour-long episodes. They may have
Probably between
mentioned
6 to 10, I would say.
If it's that short, it makes sense not to bring Ed in yet, and then season 2.
And it gives it leaves more to want. Like it leaves, you want to watch it. Like,
They're gonna probably
what's-
tease Ed at the end.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna be like, oh shit. And you're gonna
yeah,
watch
I could
season 2.
totally see that. That's like a tease of like, oh, here's what's coming
That's how
next.
you do it. And
Yeah.
then Kenan will be feeling like, they had a plan. The whole time.
I'd be like, okay. My bad.
That was the plan all along.
I wasn't really a fan of Cowboy Bebop. I think I would really like the episodes. I like what they did because, especially for an anime, as far as like how they displayed black people and more so how they displayed like the LGBTQ plus community, like how they had all of that in there in an anime that came out in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was dope ass shit. And I appreciated that portion of it, but the not monster of the week, but the episodicness of it all, I was just like, it could have
Yeah.
been
Take
short.
or leave.
I want to
Yeah.
be more cohesive. Yeah.
I mean, we all said music. It's
Oh,
up
yeah.
there for us.
Oh, yeah.
Does the theme make your top 5 anime openings?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Chaz thinking about
I'm trying
it.
to think of my top 5.
He's running through the catalog.
I never think of like I don't like most anime songs.
I can
Yeah,
agree with
I
that.
think we're in the minority there too. You hear people when I'm on like Instagram
Yeah.
and
People
TikTok.
turning up.
Yeah,
to the,
turn up to it. They be having like the whole soundtracks.
I
Like
be like,
Dragon Ball Z set it off. And I like our style. I don't necessarily always like the Japanese theme songs. I mean, I think Jujutsu Kaisen is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, there have been some good
There's some
ones.
good ones,
Yeah.
but some of the ones from I didn't like Dragon Ball Z's original from I was
I can
watching. I was
either,
like, ugh.
I like Death Notes. That's probably the most recent one that I like
Death
that
Note's
wasn't
good.
traditional. They're like, "Ooh, that, like whatever that shit is. I fuck with that. I fuck with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to say Cowboy Bebop's up there, but I don't want to go like, I'm not sticking around for the intro, guys.
There's a lot of the skip intro button.
I would say 85 to 90%. I
Of
skip.
course.
I look 2 minutes in, bam, show starts.
Yeah.
I'm 99.9% skipping.
Yasuke, that was
pretty good. The Flying Lotus.
Flying
Flying
Lotus.
Lotus,
They-
Thundercat.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then, Samurai Champloo had a pretty great.
Samurai Champloo has one of
Now
that
that you
song.
said Thundercat, 80s, any 80 cartoon had a better soundtrack than anything I've heard in anime. From Thundercats to Transformers to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
Yeah.
I go like they didn't
They had
He-Man.
some, yeah.
They didn't miss
Yeah.
on the intros,
They
bro.
did. It got you hyped.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's a topic.
Even the Power Rangers
Great.
to me, I feel like the Power
Go,
Rangers.
Pop.
That's
a good
one. That's a
That
good
shit
one.
got you
Yeah.
hyped.
That's
You was in there doing this shit for the show.
Yeah.
Sit there.
I think that's a good
yeah.
topic. Anime intros versus American cartoon intros.
Oh man, I think it's a landslide.
Yeah.
And
For
Yeah.
us, it might be, but
exactly, because a
Yeah.
Japanese person who probably was there and know actually what they're saying
Yeah.
is like, you dumb American. What are you?
I mean, the
You know.
X-Men cartoon theme song up against almost any anime.
Spider-Man, bro. That shit was cracking.
Spider-Man, yeah.
X-Men theme song alone was beating everything. Dude.
Oh,
The
yeah,
guitar-
single-handedly.
The
Single-handedly.
guitar solo on the Spider-Man intro alone.
Spider-Man,
beats.
Spider Blood.
They was-
and that's the
yeah.
90s one, the original
Yeah.
one,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Timbaland
redid
that?
He did and killed
Yeah.
that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, they 90s had some hits. They was in their bag.
From
Yeah.
80s and 90s, bro.
Yeah.
Transformers.
Yeah.
They was killing, bro.
They were.
Yeah.
All right, so the second story we got, this one acknowledged probably mostly for me. Warner Brothers announced that they are going to production on a Lord of the Rings anime called War of the Rohirrim. Warner Brothers and New Line are teaming up to produce an anime movie adaptation of a lesser-known part of like Middle-earth lore that takes place like a few hundred years before Lord of the Rings, called War of the Rohirrim. It's going to be directed by Kenji Kamiyama, who directed Ghost in the Shell standalone complex,
Okay.
and Eden of the East, which are both pretty well reviewed online. I haven't seen them, but he also is doing the upcoming anime project Blade Runner Black Lotus.
That's hard.
To animate it, they've tapped Sola Entertainment, which they animated God of High School, Rick and Morty versus the Genocider, which was a Rick and Morty anime, and Tower of God.
There's a Rick and Morty anime?
Yeah, it's like an 8-minute, kind of like the SpongeBob anime
yeah.
type thing, but
Okay.
they put it on Adult Swim.
I want to watch
Well,
it.
God of High School was fire.
What?
Y'all didn't like God of High School?
Yo.
Not
Wait,
the animation. The animation was
Is that the one where they're fighting in like the tournaments and whatnot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had all the potential to
what
be
do you guys
fire,
think about?
Okay,
bro.
what did you think about the ending? Like the last 3 to 4 episodes?
You talking about when they go into the whole world and stuff like
And
that,
they
and they're
start-
fighting? Well, it gets weird, guys. But
It gets very
it gets
weird.
Anime, dog. Animes are weird. Animes are weird.
But in
They
the
don't
12,
have to be.
In
Yes,
a
they
12,
do.
In a
No.
12
Yes,
episode
they do.
span, you go from hand fighting to fighting God.
Yeah. Hey.
In 12 episodes.
It is called God of High School, guys. Who'd you think they were going to be
They
fighting?
just jammed like 3 seasons worth of material
Yeah.
into like 12 episodes.
You're not wrong. When I watched God of High School, I said, "Yo, hey, this shit is fire." And then it goes on, it gets weird, and I go like, "That's their journey. I'm not gonna
In
judge this
12
story."
episodes?
I said, "Were the fights dope? Was it fun? Yeah, I had a good time watching this."
Rob had a 21 question. I would say 75 questions.
I went
to be
on for a while.
You
Yeah,
went on for a while.
about
It's
what the
garbage.
fuck even happened about
I had
this
so many
show.
questions.
It derailed the rest of the show for
Hey,
us.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
Okay.
Does it derail? Absolutely. Did you go, that took a turn? Absolutely. Did I
Yes.
go, I hate this now? No. I was just like, this is the journey. Let's
we
do
hate this now.
it. You guys-
Yeah.
That's the general consensus.
Well,
Yeah.
I will say though, I'm going to pass on this Lord of the Rings.
I was just about to say, I was going to ask you,
Pass.
how many, which Lord of the
Thumbs
Rings
down.
did you see?
Huh?
Which Lord of the Rings have you seen?
Man, I don't even know, bro.
Have you seen any of them?
It's been such a blur.
Wait, do you just not
so
like
long.
Lord of the Rings, though?
He doesn't.
He
Oh.
he hasn't watched it.
I had. First of all, don't talk about not watching things and then hating it. Don't ever say those. Utter
he
those
hasn't
words.
watched it.
Don't say those words, Mister. One Piece is trash. I've seen nothing.
Yeah,
Not even a fight scene.
And I will say, that I've
Okay.
seen the fight scene. I've seen the fight scene. I will stand on that
Anyways,
shit as
Lord
long
of the
as I live.
Rings is just. It's a lot. Maybe the anime might be actually fire. That
a
might
lot.
be actually what brings me in because the style that they might do it in. But we'll
Hear me out, okay?
Okay.
Because there aren't a lot of details available yet, but according to the announcement, the story is going to explore and expand some untold stories behind the fortress of Helm's Deep, delving into the life and blood-soaked times of one of Middle Earth's most legendary figures,
Blood-soaked.
the mighty King of Rohan, Helm Hammerhand, which, by the way, he got the name Hammerhand because he was known to rip apart his enemies and beat them to death with his bare hands, both on and off the battlefield. His whole thing was just like, I'm not using a weapon because if I don't use a weapon, no weapon's going to hurt me. And that was his whole deal. So that's the pitch.
Yeah.
Okay, Rob. That's the villain?
That's the main character. That's who they're going to be going into.
Let me tell you something about Lord of the Rings. Though.
Okay.
Lord of the Rings is one of the greatest
Trilogies.
saga ever. Period. Canon.
We are in agreement.
All right, books, movies. Now, is The Hobbit a miss for me personally? Yeah, The Hobbit was a
Looking at
miss
Keenan's face
for
on
me personally. But to say like it wasn't good is crazy. They even had good video games. That's how good. Thank you. That's how good it was. And when they did like the whole trio of the other 3 movies, I said, do I like them as much as the original? No. But were they still good? They're fun. They're adventures. You go like, yeah.
Chaz,
Yeah.
let me tell you something, man. I worked at the movie theater when I think 1 or 2 of these movies came out.
This already sounds like an skewed view, but please continue.
And I almost snapped my own neck in the projection booth.
From which one? Which movie?
Which
movie?
One having to build the movie because I had to build the
It's
movie.
3 hours long.
That movie it's the biggest. It's literally was as big as our platform that holds the reels.
I believe that.
That's Lord of the Rings' fault. What else you got?
And then sitting there and just I don't know. I just felt like there was so many moments. I feel like the highs were pretty good, but I feel like it rocked me to sleep a lot.
This is personal. The only one I didn't like was the third one, Return of the King, I believe. It would just went on way too
None
long.
of these rock you to sleep at all.
The last, it just went on too long. Because after that battle, the last battle, I was like, "Whoa, this is fire." Then it did something, and I was like, "Oh, good ending." Then it kept going. It's like, "Oh," and then it did something else, and I was like, "Good ending." And it kept going. I was like, "What the hell? Let's end the movie already." But I'm pretty sure Peter Jackson probably had the director's cut. He probably got to say, "I get to do what I want to do."
At that point.
And no director thinks their movie's ever long enough.
No.
So did which one did you watch? Because you might have watched number 2 first, and not been.
No,
knowing.
when I worked in the movie theater, whatever the first. I mean, I think I worked in the movie theater when the first one came out. I don't know if I was still there when the second one came out, but for sure when the first one came out.
The only saga that might be bigger is Star Wars. That might be the only one more popular than Lord of the
It's
Rings.
not better, though.
Saga-wise. Well, I didn't say better. I said bigger.
I don't know.
But the first original 3 Star Wars was better. Yeah.
The
Lord of the Rings.
fandom for Star Wars, I think, is
It's crazy.
Way big.
it goes from like
People started religions.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a more modern thing. I feel like it's living, whereas like with Lord of the Rings, with the original creator being dead and all that, like in the ground for almost 100 years at this point.
Shit, it really?
I that's just a number I grabbed out of my head. I can't back that up.
It's old.
But he's old. He fought in World War One. So
Tolkien. J.R. Tolkien?
yeah, Tolkien. Yeah. But I mean, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that's always kind of happening around Lord of the Rings these days, but it definitely doesn't have the big fandom that like a Star Wars does right now.
It's not as approachable. I feel like
It's it's dense.
yeah,
For sure. I totally get why Keenan is just like, that was tough for me to get to.
Because this came out how old were we? Like we were on the
Probably
same
in high
age.
school,
I was like
middle
12.
school, high school.
Yeah, I was in like junior high, I think, when that came out.
I just remember being like,
I was-
yo,
yeah.
you got orcs and violence, and I was
So it
I
came
was
out. Wait, it
bloody.
came out. Well, how old are you, Rob?
I'm 33.
So it came out when you were in middle school.
So we probably in high school?
Yeah, I want to say.
So when did the second one come out then?
Probably a little
I
after.
remember my pops just bringing me. I ain't really know.
So
they
maybe
came
about
out
it.
like bam, 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 like
So
every
maybe it was
year.
the second one that I saw.
2001
Because
was
they all
when
came around
first
Christmas,
one came
didn't they?
out.
When they all around
yeah.
like December?
Yeah.
That was high school.
Yeah.
2001. Yeah, I was 9. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Freshman year of high
I
school.
was it came out when I was like a sophomore.
Okay.
2001.
Yeah, 2001.
Yeah.
2001
Damn,
-ish, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It was good ass times.
I
Keenan,
didn't pay for the movie.
Sure.
that's why I don't understand Keenan, because Keenan would watch Wolverine Origins and be like, good movie.
What is
And
wrong?
watch the whole
What is
saga.
wrong with Wolverine Origins, bro?
Deadpool was
That's
wrong.
the Deadpool one, right?
Okay,
The-
Deadpool.
yeah. Come on.
Won't ever fight you on it. Besides that samurai one, what was it? That the second one?
Yeah, it wasn't good.
That
either.
was some bullshit. But the
wasn't-
first one,
None
Rob,
of them were
Rob,
good.
Ice.
Actually, I don't think I've seen.
Yeah,
Other than
I-
Logan,
I
I don't think
can't-
I
yeah,
saw
I can't.
either
Logan,
of the.
Logan was the
I
only good one.
can't.
Logan was
was
great.
amazing. Yeah.
I can't remember enough to have an opinion either way. I just know Deadpool was trash. That's all I
That
remember.
that whole movie was
Yeah.
trash. Also, I mean, that's so different. I don't like any of the X-Men movies outside of Logan. Like them? Like, yo, that was no. Only
X1,
X2.
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 No,
was dope.
X1 was X2 was dope only in the first 10 minutes when Nightcrawler was killing in the White House.
That is
Yeah.
one of the
That's
greatest.
the best part
yeah.
of the entire series.
No
period.
arguments.
Yeah.
The bridge moment was dope. I like the bridge
It
with
was
Magneto
cool.
and all
Magneto
of them
takes
pulled
a
up.
bridge days. I'm like, no. I was like, I was like, come on, guys. I wasn't like hyped on. Now when Magneto breaks out of prison, fucking fire.
That was
Yeah.
dope when he had pulled the
The-
iron out of
yeah.
that dude's blood or
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh, that
And it
was,
made the ball. I
Yeah.
think.
That was crazy.
But then I was like, there's just a movie with cool parts, not good movies.
okay.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I think that measures the temperature of how people are feeling about this. But like, we seem to
This might
have
be dope.
more and more Western stories being adapted into anime. You know, Star Wars even has like an anime series coming out soon, Star Wars Visions. What do you think? What Western stories have still not been adapted into anime that need to be adapted into anime?
I feel like anime Ninja Turtles would be hard.
I totally
I
agree.
think there is one.
Yeah, I have a clip from that I saved on TikTok, and this shit is fucking hard.
It's hard to
Isn't it-
find, but I think there is one. There's an X-Men one also.
We
Yeah.
watched
watched
that
the
and we're
X-Men.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah,
we weren't.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I like
It
the
had
Wolverine
moments.
one better than the X-Men one. The X-Men one just wasn't good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a waste of time.
They did do like a Ninja Turtles one that was kind of like a original adaptation. That's an American show, but the fighting on that looks dope.
Oh, well, so this wasn't the anime.
That came out recently. That was like a
Right.
Nickelodeon show, I think.
No,
that they
no, let me
just
see,
did.
let me
Rise
see.
of the TMT?
Yeah.
TMNT? This is new. This is a newer show that just came
Oh,
out. But
for real? I thought it was like their anime.
I want them to do the Last Ronin
that would be dope.
as an anime. That'd be fucking hard.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'd
wait.
also love to see like the
The Last
original
Ronin.
Eastman and Laird, like original Turtle comics, like
Yeah.
when they're like duel to the death with Shredder in the first issue sort
Yeah,
of thing.
that's
Like I'd
cool.
love to see that adapted.
The
into-
Ronin one is when all of the ninjas got killed except
There's one left.
yeah,
It's
and
like
then he-
Leo, something like that.
yeah,
no?
and then he got to avenge
No doubt.
their deaths.
Yeah, okay.
It's one of them.
Yeah.
I know which one. It's
I-
gonna make you sad.
As story wise, I don't know, but you know what's funny? I know we dog Kuroko no Basket, but I would want to see like a dope ass. You know what? Fuck it, Space Jam.
You want to see Space Jam as an anime?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would want to see Space Jam as
I
an
have
anime.
zero desire to
I'm
see
passing.
That. Yeah.
I want it
My
as a
bad,
show,
my
not a movie as a show. I want it as a show.
I'm
what?
passing.
What? For what reason?
Yeah, why?
I want it because I just
I don't even want to know why. I don't know why you asked him why.
What? I don't. Because I'm trying to rack my brain to figure out
reason
why.
number one. It just popped up into my head. That's
Okay.
number reason. That's reason number one.
It's out there. We got the sequel coming.
Number two, I would just want to see, but I would actually want to see LeBron animated too. So I want him. I wanted fully
Oh, you're not even
animated.
talking about the Jordan
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
You're
no,
talking
no,
about the LeBron one?
No, anybody, just anybody in general. But I want the players. I want everything to be animated. So there's no live action person. So I want the whole thing.
So
to
you
be
just want a cartoon.
Yeah.
I want it, yeah, because I feel like with our people in there, when I watch Kuroko, I'm just like, bro, I'm just nope, this ain't it. But I feel like it was more realistic when it came to like us. Like I think there's a New York Caesar. I think they have like a basketball
I
anime
was about
coming
to
out.
say that too.
They have an anime coming out, and the shots that I saw were dope as fuck. Like it looked, I was like, I'll
You can
watch
tell
this.
people play basketball that made
The
it.
dude that I think the dude that owns that company or partial owner, he's like a hooper that played overseas, and he might have played in the NBA for a second, but I think he for sure played overseas.
No.
So he understands. So that's why I was looking at it from that point of view. It could be kind of dope.
Out of all the stuff that we made on the West Side, you said
I'm going left.
Space Jam. Fuck yeah.
That was not what I expected.
You didn't
anybody
even
to
go
say.
left. You just went off the cliff,
Yeah,
like
bro.
straight.
No fighting involved. Just straight.
Here's the thing: it could be fighting in there. We can do
How?
whatever we want.
Why?
It's Space Jam, dog. What are you talking about? What fighting are you saying?
Right. There's
You
no.
can when
What
you
about Space Jam says it'd be good for fight scenes?
Yeah.
in
when
there?
you have these aliens versus these real players, they can be going at it on the court. It can be physical. They can be like the referee. There's no referees. They can be actually going at it, elbowing each other, body
But
slamming
it
each
was
other.
technically a referee.
I'm
But-
saying,
but
it
it was-
have to be.
It was physical in the original Space Jam. They were beating them up.
Yeah.
They were
That's
giving
what
them
I'm
elbows,
saying.
but it wasn't.
It got
like-
It wasn't.
physical.
Nobody's head was getting cut off. Nobody was getting.
Their
nobody,
head
was, nobody was catching hands.
There doesn't always have to be violence in anime, guys. Obviously, never went for all violence in anime, but yeah.
I got you.
Keno hit me with the anime, be like, yo, it got dope fights. He was like, don't even care about the story. Just watch the fight.
Because the story be ass.
Yeah. At least he prefaced with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you set
Unlike
your
some other shit,
expectations.
yeah.
I think everything, and this just goes beyond anime. If you preface with it, you can't get mad at me. I feel like if I preface with like, hey, this is some dark ass shit. It's gonna take you to some places you might not want to go. You can't come back mad to me when the shit is dark and it took you some places that you didn't want to go. I told you.
Yeah. You still watched it.
I told you, and if different, I'm like, hey, check this out. It's crazy. Then you have the right to get mad at me because all you told me was this crazy. You didn't specify the crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
You didn't.
Keenan
you
hit me
didn't-
with a Promise Neverland, and he was like, "It's dark, dog. It ended trash, but it was good until the ending." But did you guys see the ending?
Yeah,
Did you watch
yeah.
it?
No, I haven't, but I
I've
know
seen
these
it.
guys did.
Yeah.
Very upset.
Wasn't a fan.
All right, Rob, we interrupted you enough. Go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
that's it. No, that's the end of our news story. So that's our anime news for the week.
Thanks for Rob's news. All right, man. So the topic of today is favorite anime main characters, least favorite anime main characters. I mean, I'm sure we all have more than one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But we're all choosing one a piece, and then we're all choosing the least favorite. I'm not going. Should I go in order?
What qualifies the person as a main character? Is Vegeta a main character?
No.
No,
It's
I
Goku.
was saying
It's Goku,
it was going off because like Chad was asking me that also.
Yeah.
I was saying like
That's
a
a good
Goku.
question.
Yeah.
No,
That's
a good
it's fair.
question.
It's fair.
Trying to sneak some other ones in there.
Because I was I was saying like I had Fu at first from Samurai Champloo,
Yeah.
and I feel like in that particular
Yeah.
show,
Yeah.
there's technically three
Main
characters, I guess.
Mhm.
There's nobody I guess was solidified as the one and only,
Yeah.
but I feel like they're starting their journey because of her.
Yeah, it's kind of her story. They're looking for
Yeah.
her dad.
Right.
It starts with her and kind of ends with her.
So
Go ahead.
so then is Jin Mori the main character got to high school because it's his grandpa and stuff?
I would-
that they
yeah,
I
follow?
would say
I would
yeah.
say
I would
so.
say he's the main character.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
We got to get a timer for this?
yeah. Shit. Mine's gonna be too long for that timer, but fuck it. It is.
Hey,
what it
man.
is.
Make that argument concise.
All right. Let's do a minute and a half.
Okay.
All right.
That sounds like
So
it's
for my
cheating,
my favorite will be Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Both. I just like him. One, clever mind, smartest dude, youngest alchemist ever. He knows where metal is every fucking where. So no matter where he's fighting you, he knows, oh, there's metals in these walls. I'm gonna pull this shit out. I'm gonna use it as a weapon. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna fuck you up. Dude is super smart. He doesn't have to use transmutation circles like everybody else does.
It's a genius.
He's low key a genius for like what is he? Between 15, I guess, and
He's
17,
like 14, 15,
yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Super young. He's a little dude. It's all good. He's about 4'8". I'm not. I don't qualify as a little guy, I guess, but like he's
Especially not now since you've been in the gym.
but I'm saying in general, he's like about they said at first between 4'8" and like maybe 5 foot something.
Oh, wow.
he's a little guy.
Very small. Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
That's Floyd money right there.
I mean, but he definitely has a lot of. Oh, sorry. Good.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry. We're talking about that
he,
later.
he
All
wants all the smoke. He don't care who it is. He'll fight you. He got some kills under his belt. He killed Pride, smashed his little fucking head in, and then he wrapped him up in a little towel and left him there as a fetus. You don't get more gangster than that. Accountability. He knew he fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So he went and made sure he did whatever he could do for his brother's body to get it back.
Family man.
And I think for me, when I look for something in the main character, why I like main characters, I see myself in them. And for him, I think he's one of the main characters that I see myself the most in. I have a lot more else to say, but my time is running out. But he's super, super dope. And I think he's one of the
And
best.
that's time. I'm sorry. That's all.
Go
we got
fuck
time
yourself,
for.
Rob. I'll make sure I'm gonna be tight on your ass.
on
Ain't
that.
no pause either, motherfucker. I'm gonna be tight on your ass.
Well, I interrupted you several times. Bro.
Yes, you did.
I'm sorry.
I should have had at least another 10 more seconds. But
Rob-
anyways,
Rob
my
is
bad.
actually next. So do we say so?
no, but
No,
not
I think
going-
we can go around at this point and kind of say we agree or disagree, which I'll say I agree.
Yeah.
Edward definitely up there as far as main characters. I've been rewatching Brotherhood recently. The one thing that, and I'm glad you brought it up, I was like, does he have any kills? Because I remember one of the big things is that, like, which can be kind of an annoying, but usually main character trait is just like, I can't kill because I can't get my hands dirty. And that's a big thing for
Well, it depends.
Edward to overcome.
I guess he technically killed Pride, but then he's reborn into a brand new kid, and then he doesn't have the memories. If you go to Full Metal Alchemist, not Brotherhood, he kills Greed.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to kill Greed, but he killed him and just like, oh shit, my bad, bro. I want you to still be alive, but he killed him at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean-
So and then he technically killed Father, even though
Yeah.
I mean I guess Greed actually helped out with that W also, but he socked a hole through his fucking heart.
He did do that.
Yeah.
That'll kill you.
He's definitely he's up there as a main character.
I like Edward. I like him. I fuck with him.
No.
He's one of my favorites, honestly, and he's just been cool. And I think even when the thing that I like that you say is the accountability piece, like he know, like man, I did some shit even throughout.
He
was-
didn't cry, bro. He wasn't a bitch.
Yeah,
No.
he was
You-
with all
no
the smoke. Even when
whining.
Mustang was on his ass, he was like, all right. Cool, I got you. I fucked up. Let's go. Like, and Mustang was a dope ass sensei, I guess you would
Yeah,
call it.
super
But like,
dope. Yeah.
he was dope as fuck, and he matched Mustang's energy wherever he went. And, you know, he was a little bit more outgoing and like, his headstrong than Mustang, but he was
Yeah.
with it.
Full Metal Alchemist is dope.
Yeah.
Edward's a piece of shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He fucked up his brother, desecrated his mother.
It wasn't his mother.
Who was it?
I do remember they bring a point up of saying like whoever they brought back was not their mom.
Well, it wasn't their mom because
mom
she
already-
wasn't in that same mindset.
Yeah,
It
right.
wasn't. It was zombified. He desecrated his mother's body.
Yeah.
That was his mother. They didn't come back as much because she was like, ugh.
Yeah.
So you're a fuck up. You almost killed your brother. Gave him a fucking metal body. As a grab the Tin Man. Nice. Thanks, bro. You couldn't find a fucking dog or a cat. Thanks.
That
Now I'm
was
a
worth
Tin
to
Man.
make him a
I
fucking
feel like that would've been
dog.
worse.
A dog, he would have been. He couldn't even clap his hands and do
At
out.
least as an animal is all I'm saying. It's something human, anyways. He's a great because now he can feel touch and love as a big metal machine. Also, he was a whiny bitch. He was always had the biggest Napoleon complex ever.
When you made fun of him,
Everybody was like, "I'm not fucking gonna kill you." Right? Like, chill, homie. You know you're
But he
short,
didn't
bro.
cry.
He was a little. He always was ramped up on some Napoleon shit.
he was hyped. He was angry, but not crying.
He
Rather have
was-
anger than crying.
I don't
So
know.
you would take Bakugo?
He wasn't as angry as Bakugo.
Bakugo is a great character, and I thought he was gonna become a villain. Separate combo,
Yeah.
but in that movie, who
That's
was the
so
dude
funny.
who could
All
flick
your
fire?
takes right now are like the complete polar opposite of Rob.
Well, let me just tell you,
'Cause he
I'm
fucking
Rob
hates-
is triggered right
he
now with
hates
Bakugo.
But here,
Bakugo.
Ice, I'm only here to bring controversy. That's my only piece
But
for
your- but your
existence.
point
period.
just stir the
your-
pot.
That's how I'm
but
just
here's
a-
the
I'm a
thing.
pot
Let's.
stirrer.
I guess we'll wrap this up in a second. But your point about him being trash is trash because literally he does everything and he fixes his brother. He fixes all his.
and he brought his mom's desecrated body back.
She died at the end of the day. That wasn't on him.
It was on him to not just get disrespect to have a bear. He brought back a zombie 5 and he fucking
She's already dead, guys.
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
And so then let's mortify our brother. Let's instead of being the good big brother. Hey buddy, I got you forever.
And-
big brother's got you.
And then the big brother does a great big brother thing, right? He brings his whole fucking body back. Got his arm back, got his leg back, got his whole brother's body back.
yeah,
They live a
great.
happily ever life.
Years later.
So would you be cool with your brother if he did that to you?
No, you'd be pissed. If your brother turns you to a fucking metal can, an aluminum Pepsi can, you'd be hot.
Aluminum Pepsi. Yes, I'll be fucking
Yeah,
eating.
that'd be pretty.
But it's a big ass, if I'm like 11 years old, you make me to a big ass fucking metal thing. I'm like, this is kind of cool, man.
But then why did he want his own body back?
Actually, he kind of really did. He sacrificed his body so Ed can get his arm and leg back. And
So
then
it's a
boom.
great little brother, shitty big
Yeah.
brother.
Sounds like they're both
I
dope.
would say that his little brother is better than him.
Alphonse
though.
is-
Alphonse is
I
excellent.
won't deny that.
Alphonse is
But he's
great.
not the main
And-
character.
and
No.
He's not a
honestly,
main character.
So I can.
Alphonse has better moments than Edward has. Is it? What's the
think
fight with
He was great for sure.
with
Yeah, what's his Kimberly?
at the end?
Yeah.
He was
That's
great for
better
sure.
than anything that he did. That's better
mean,
than
that's-
anything that Edward did.
It's arguable. I won't.
What moment was better?
It's arguable. I mean, we gotta move on, but it's arguable. I mean, I feel like I
was-
feel like I
I'm
feel like,
just-
I feel like his fight with
I'm just saying
with
my
Pride
piece
was
with him.
I'm just saying the fight with Pride was dope.
That's when I
It was
watched
dope.
it and I was
Fight
like,
agreed.
what a piece of shit, brother.
He got jumped. Alphonse got jumped and still handled his own by himself.
That's not how dope he is.
No, I know. I
can't
get you.
pick
You're
him.
not. I'm not. And I'm not saying these are better characters than. We're talking about main characters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I get.
Main
that.
characters.
All right.
He's
Next.
a piece of shit.
Hold on. Let me get Rob's timer.
Oh my God.
You're goddamn right.
I'm gonna
But
be.
Ryan, I'm gonna be quiet the entire minute.
Appreciate that, Chaz. All right, so
Go.
my pick, I'm going with Tanjiro. Tanjiro has everything you need in a great protagonist. He's pure of heart, cares about those around him, consistently questions what is right, and strives to achieve that. The moment I knew I was going to love this guy is actually the beginning of the second episode. He's insists on paying for the rice that the guy was going to give him for free, even though he had almost nothing to his name, and his family had just been murdered the previous day. And he's still just like, no, this is right. I got to pay. So he's always about his business. He's pushing himself, taking out stronger and stronger enemies. I'm watching that clock. He has the respect of his elders. Anybody who spends any time with this guy recognizes his potential, his ability to work hard to achieve his goals. Like when he rehabilitated after the fight with the Spider family in the woods, he came back. Everybody's just like, all right, this guy has what it takes to get to that next level.
Yeah.
He's brave as shit, no matter how outmatched he is. He goes for broke against his opponents, and also knows, hey, if I'm out of my depth, I'm going to stay out of the way. He's resourceful, smart, figuring out how to use the sun breathing in addition to the water breathing in a tight moment. And he isn't trying to be the best or the strongest. He just wants to avenge his family. He's everything Goku
Respect that.
tries to be. He doesn't necessarily have an arc of his own, but he's so good and so pure, he makes the people around him better, but in a way that doesn't hog the spotlight. He lets his teammates get wins. He does not make the situation worse based off of his own pride and wanting to defeat a stronger enemy. Tanjiro is a great protagonist. That concludes my speech.
Fuck you, Rob. Wait. Any more questions? So, Rob.
6 seconds
I'm
to
gonna ask
spare.
Rob another question real quick so you can go on and cut him off. Yeah. All right. All right. So, what do y'all take on Tanjiro? Go ahead,
That's
Chaz.
a great argument, bro. That was one. He's a great big brother. That's one thing you missed.
It's true.
He's a great brother.
He's a great brother.
That's it. That's all.
Way
you
better
got?
than because he shits on what's his name as a brother.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Tanjiro, you're not giving him the ball with 2 seconds left on the clock to take the shot. You're not, and I think that's my biggest argument with Tanjiro. He doesn't have that dog in him. He's not a Kobe. He's not a Jordan. He doesn't have that killer instinct.
He's a LeBron, where he makes everybody around him better.
Well,
Okay.
you're also at the very beginning of his journey still.
No,
I'm
we,
talking,
no,
we've
read the
all
manga.
seen.
We've
We've
all-
we've
right.
seen- yeah.
We've all finished the whole manga.
We finished the whole manga.
Oh, I haven't finished the manga.
Okay.
The manga
Yeah.
We won't get
is
into
already
that.
done.
Okay.
And because of this, he almost, and I don't want to ruin stuff, so I'll tread lightly. But because of his LeBronness, he almost fucks over everybody at the very end because he didn't take the shot at the end of the game. If he would have shot the buzzer, the 3-pointer. What is it?
3-pointer.
If he would have took that, they wouldn't have been in that position.
Possibly. I don't want to speak too much on that because that goes into spoilers.
Yeah.
If it hasn't been on TV, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to necessarily.
We can
spoil
just
it.
go off of the first season.
Yeah.
He passes the rock when he should have shot it. And I think that's my biggest thing with Tanjiro is, granted, you can know when this is above me, but at the same time, you got to do like give me the ball.
ready.
He doesn't do that, and I think that's why he didn't even really come to mind when I heard it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, my argument's gonna always be, like I said, who I relate to, and then I say, for me, for Tanjiro, the missing it is that you not being the strongest. I feel like he's not even close to the strongest in his shit. Like
Yeah.
there's like
No.
mad motherfuckers.
Yeah.
It's not even close, really. You're just following his journey because I guess what we saw from him is what happened in like his family getting stuff like that. Him trying to get his sister back.
You can even make the argument he's not the strongest amongst his homies.
I mean,
You could make that argument.
There's a possibility there also. Absolutely.
Only
So
because that whiny bitch gets dope and he's knocked out. But
When he's
I
asleep.
Zenitsu, that's my favorite character.
I almost stopped watching that the first season. I almost stopped watching. When he came
understandable.
on.
A lot of people.
Oh,
do.
yeah.
It was so good, and then it
Zenitsu
got
is a-
so bad with him. It was too
Zenitsu is a
much.
dog.
It
That's
was-
all
No,
I
he's
say.
not.
That's
He's
all.
only a beast. Well, like I said, I haven't seen.
Yeah,
him.
he's
But up to
dope.
what I've seen, he's only dope when he's unconscious.
But he's still dope.
He's
Yeah.
dope then. Otherwise, he's an.
But that's the thing about.
annoying
Well, we're not talking about him. But
Right.
back to Tanjiro.
Yeah.
To be honest, yeah, I think that's my gripe with him too. Is it like I like dog ass characters. That's why I like Yura Meshi. I like these guys like that are just like, yo, where's the smoke? There's the smoke. Let's get the smoke.
Yeah.
There's no. I ain't running away from shit. I'm not saying you take care of it, Kuwabara. I got it, bro. And he gets it done.
He hesitates a lot.
It's different though, man. Because
I'm just saying for me, what I like in main
feel you.
characters.
I feel
yeah.
you, but it's different because of his journey. Like he didn't ask for this. He wasn't out searching to be the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or even be a. He didn't even know what a demon slayer was.
Right. My man learned so it wouldn't happen again, so he can save his sister. I don't think he's in it to like be the greatest. I think he's just like, yeah, I gotta go defeat this demon dude because he's the guy who's making more
But that's
fucking demon vampires.
that's
Once you-
50% of most shonen characters.
Right.
They didn't ask to be. Gon didn't ask to be in the shit. He just
And
had a
once you-
trash ass dad.
And once you
Gon wanted to be a hunter,
but what he
After-
did
because of
his
his dad.
But once,
but he
also-
went looking for it.
But once you figure out that Muzan is the strongest motherfucking demon alive, your goal should be the strongest demon slayer alive.
And he's not.
That should be your goal now. And it's not his goal.
He's
I
not
don't
even
think
top
I don't think
three.
it has to be his goal.
When you-
Yes, it does.
No,
How
it
you
doesn't.
gonna beat the guy that
Yeah.
slaughtered your family?
Yeah.
So I
you
didn't see
can't.
the ending. Does he ever get his sister back to normal?
I'm
No,
not-
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get
I
into
think.
that.
Well, tell me off air.
We'll tell
Okay.
you off
That's
air.
the goal. That's
Yeah.
the goal. I want to fix my sister. That's my goal. I mean, protect my family.
Yeah.
That's my goal. That's my goal every day. I don't give a fuck about everybody else. If if the whole world was outside on fire, I'd be like, well, let's spray some water around my crib because I'm protecting mine first.
sound
But
like
the
a-
only way that he accomplishes his mission or go about his mission is with people. Like, especially when you get the pillars involved, he's definitely
He's
not the guy.
Yeah, he's damn near probably lower than all of them. All right, let's get on to the next one. Tanjiro, good
guys are
argument.
great.
Ice, man, who you got?
It's kind of tough. Have you seen Naruto?
Oh, yeah, nigga, that was my pick, and you told me you had it. I was mad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Naruto. I mean, he's the man. He was born again into something that he had no choice being born into. He had what they call the nine-tailed fox. Was put inside of him at birth. The nine-tailed fox, prior to him, like the day he was born, destroyed the whole village that he is from. So because of that, the whole village knew the nine-tailed fox was in him. So they blamed him for that. So growing up, he had no friends, no family. He grew up. He had an apartment by himself with spoiled ass milk, and he had to fend for himself. And through the entire show, he was with the shits. He always wanted to smoke, even if he was outside of his. Somebody that was stronger than him, he still was with the shits and he still fought and he dug deep and he found it every single time. But what I like about Naruto is that though he is the main character and the show is named after him, there are so many great characters around him that get W's. Big W's, huge W's that impact the rest of the series. And that's why he's my favorite, because when it's time to shoot, he know when to shoot. But if he's triple teamed and he's got the open player, he tosses it to him, and that person dunks it every single fucking time. So I think that's why he is the guy, because other people around him get wins. When you look at like the best fight scenes in Naruto, some of them aren't even his fight scenes, and some of them are too. So he exemplifies for me what a main character needs to be.
All right, I would say, like you said, I don't watch the show like that, but I will say, at least from what you're saying, he at least understands that, like when you say when he's triple team. I feel like Tanjiro just goes like, I feel like he just
all right, we're not talking about Tanjiro right now. We're talking about Naruto.
It's one-on-one.
I don't know much about. I mean, since like when you and I haven't watched the show, so that was my only.
But
Rob was like, fuck that, man.
The thing about Naruto, he pulls up. Yeah. He pulls up when it's needed, but he trusts his friends enough to handle business when he's not there.
He's a great pick because of a different reason to me, and that's because as a fighter, he was untalented in the beginning. Nobody wanted to fuck with him, and then he worked the hardest, to be great, right? But
he earned it.
He earned it. He had some talent though, but when he couldn't there was nothing he couldn't figure out. Yeah. Because even if he couldn't do something, he found a way to do it. Yeah. Even if it wasn't the proper way or the right way, he found the Naruto way. Yeah. And he
like
found dope ways. Right, exactly like the Rasengan. And then everything else from there. And he just kept growing and getting better and making sure, and he said it, and he reached his goal of being Hokage. You know what I mean? That was like his main thing. Is like, hey, I want to make sure that my village is protected. I'm going to be the guy.
And it's the same village that fucked him over when he was born. He earned everybody's respect.
Because he wanted to feel accepted.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't. He was an outcast. And I mean, he's a great Naruto. That was my pick originally. But I actually have a character better than that. But
better than that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like we can't even argue this person.
Yeah. I mean, I can't.
You haven't seen it either?
I haven't seen it either.
That's one of the biggest animes.
I don't know. It was one of those things that's just like, I heard about it.
No, I gotta admit, I never saw Cowboy Bebop, so that's one of the ones that got away from me. And One Piece, I always wanted to watch, but then when I found 1,000
have one of you guys seen? Because I don't think the big three is DBZ with Naruto. So have you guys seen the big three of of the last generation? So Bleach, One Piece, and Naruto, I guess.
I've read some One Piece. I have not seen any of the rest of those, to be honest with you.
I've seen Bleach. Bleach is super dope.
I know Brennan was going to pick Ichigo as his name from Bleach for his main character, but I don't know him at all, so I can't speak to it.
It's not one of the best characters. Brennan would have had a horrible take.
Yeah, I would love to see Brennan try to make that. This one time that he put the ghost in his sword and he was able to do this.
I mean, I haven't watched Naruto, so I can't really speak to why he is or isn't. But I will say, it's definitely. It says a lot about him when he's not necessarily the person you hear about the most from his show, but with the sequel series Boruto or whatever, everybody's just like, "Fuck this kid, he's not his dad." Yeah. So clearly, left an impression.
That's why I didn't watch. I watched like a few episodes of Boruto, and I was like, "Fuck this."
Boruto disrespect.
The best part of the Boruto show is the fight that we watched.
What, yeah.
That was fire.
And which was pretty dope. It was dope. It was a good fight scene.
But
sure.
I seriously, I always wanted to get back in it, but I was like, "Yo, this kid sucks."
I heard it's getting good now.
Does the kid get better?
Yeah, I heard it's getting wild now.
Or
but
show
it took
me
him
more.
100
Or show me more
episodes.
Naruto. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. It was 100 episodes. I'm not watching this shit. No. I do want to watch One Piece. I gotta get in there.
Give us your guide.
Fuck One Piece.
All right. So you guys haven't seen it. Black Clover, Asta, to me is the best character in anime right now. Because one, he's in a world that's full of magic. Everybody has magical talent, or you don't. No matter what, he was born in magical talent. He was an orphan. Never knew his family. He was with another orphan, this cat who has all the potential in the world. He's that guy who was always just good at it. And that guy worked hard also to be great. So he was already amazing. Asta never had talent, because you get one of those little magic books. He was never destined to be it. He always said he was going to be the Wizard King, right? Always going to be the Wizard King, but never could do a single piece of magic. But he didn't stop Asta from working his Asta off. See what I did there?
Okay.
My man was training. He always trained. He's super ripped because he always trained. He trained. No matter what. He said, I'm going to be ready for the opportunity. Even when somebody says you're not good enough, you're not there, you're not this enough, he never stopped him. Even when he was the number 2 in the village. He was the joke of the town. Therefore, he gets a magic book that can nullify all magic. So within being the weakest person in the Magic Kingdom, he becomes the strongest because of his anti-magic. Also, he has a demon possessed in him that he has to learn to conquer and work with. Therefore, his work ethic alone, having a dream, having no way to get it, no talent, but still finds the guts to work for it every single fucking day, no days off, and become the guy and still in search of his ideal to be Wizard King makes him the best character.
That was like damn near 130.
Like
that was,
right on the dot. Almost.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It sucks if we can't really.
What? So what
argue.
about the Nullify Magic? The book.
So he pulls out a sword, right? So in this book, you get different things, right? He's got I think like 3 swords now that come out, and so if somebody shoots magic at him, he can knock it away. If somebody's been poisoned, he can touch him with the sword, and the magic goes away. He can beat all magic for the most part. So it's almost like, hey man, it's kind of not fair that you can beat magic, but he's also like, I have no magic, baby.
But you
Okay,
can
I
beat
have no magic.
I don't know. I think that book kind of
Is OP or something?
softens, dilutes him.
It would if it wasn't because he was working out. Because when he gets this giant sword, he's able to swing it. So when you see him first get it, you just see him training. Well, he's not able to swing it until you see him training and training and training. But first he can lift it up, he can take a swing. If he didn't train at all and wasn't ready for that moment, that's what makes him great. Is that his work ethic beats everybody because he has to work that much harder to be better because he has nothing.
Isn't that Rock Lee?
Rock. That's what I didn't I ask you about Rock Lee?
Yeah, he actually could do Rock Lee.
But he said I couldn't do Rock Lee
Because he's not. But I'm
Rock
just saying,
Lee's the greatest character ever.
His
Period.
work ethic alone, I feel like that's a Rock Lee who's a side. Like what you're saying he does and what he possesses, just from hearing it, and you did a great job saying it, but it doesn't separate him from anybody else in my like. What you said, I just
only
don't
does.
feel.
It only does because he, like I said, his story is still going.
Deku worked hard to get the 1%.
Which guy was Deku?
My
Hero.
Hero.
Oh yeah.
He worked hard.
Right.
he
cried the whole time.
But he didn't start off. But he didn't start off saying, "Hey man, I'm going to keep working no matter what," in hopes to get this one day. No matter what he was
got the most
told.
powerful quirk in the world, and then he
but
worked to contain it.
He was blessed with it.
And
He
that's the
wasn't-
same thing. He got blessed with the book.
but because he earned it. He just kept working. And
Well,
then the
so
book
did
came to him.
Deku.
Yeah,
really.
Deku
No, he
Well,
didn't.
He earned it.
Deku was gifted. He didn't do any push-ups. Deku wasn't out
He
there running.
definitely did do push-ups, but he was gifted because he went and challenged a villain when
Exactly.
he had no
when
power.
he ran
Oh,
into it.
yeah,
He
that's
did,
right,
he did it,
that's
but he
right.
wasn't training.
And-
It wasn't no
and-
training
and
montage
no-
for Deku before.
No, because Deku always
it was not one.
Until
Deku-
he got the power.
Until he got
Deku
it.
always wanted to be at 1/8 though.
Of course.
Like he set that goal out and he did it with no quirks.
Once he was told he wasn't going to have any powers, and he makes that little face that we see all the time, he was done. He stopped
still,
trying.
He still got there.
He got there because he was blessed,
and he still applied.
but he stopped working. He stopped trying until he saw that moment. I'm not saying he's not a hero, but he doesn't have that dog in him to keep going beyond that.
I mean, the little bit of Black Clover I've seen, the one thing that did stand out to me is this would be as if Deku had the personality of Bakugo, which for me is a lot. That dude,
Yeah.
Asta
Is he
yells
angry?
a lot.
He yells a lot because that's his character, but he's not angry. Bakugo is like, I'll kill you all, don't give a fuck, get away from me. Bakugo
annoying.
is angry. He's not like that. He would be a Rock Lee for sure.
Okay.
He for sure has that in him because Rock Lee was told, hey man, you don't have any magic. But the difference is that there was hope for Rock Lee because he had a mentor who already did it and was already one of the best.
Can Rock Lee? Could there be a show built around Rock Lee?
Absolutely. I 100% think so. Absolutely. 100%.
No, not a long show. It can be a short series.
Why not?
Not to the level of Naruto.
Why not? It just depends on the
I don't want
story.
to see anything that many episodes, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'll be
What are you
real with you.
talking-
I don't want to
wait,
see
what do you
anything
mean?
700 episodes. Found out.
That's
Not
been
even-
a
not even
big
half-
obstacle
not-
for
yeah,
me
not
in
because
starting the show.
Because it's
to
like
be
how
honest
many
with you.
times you gonna play that card?
Wait a minute. Like there's nobody who's done it. How many episodes does Dragon Ball have? How many episodes? One Piece is one of the biggest ever. It's 1,000.
You're not wrong, but
Yeah.
I was watching that as Dragon Ball as it was coming out in the States, like on
I
Right.
was also, and then for a lot of people, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You can't. I bet I can't pay you to rewatch Dragon Ball Z right now
From the beginning?
from the beginning.
Oh, my friend, I've done Dragon Ball multiple times and Dragon Ball Z multiple times.
You need to go get help.
It's one of the great. I love it. Is there something you love? You
He's
go
rocking
watch
the
it?
hat. He's rocking the shirt.
I'm in, bro.
And I love Dragon Ball Z is in my top 5, but I'm not gonna watch it again ever.
I can. That's one of those things I can be like
From start to finish.
My
no.
daughter's 2, and I can't wait. She knows who Goku is. I can't wait till we can start from Dragon Ball.
That's
She'd be like,
sick.
Goku, I can't wait.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would never torture my child like that.
I mean,
To watch Dragon Ball?
From the jump.
Are you gonna
all
go
episodes?
Kai, or are you gonna go just like original, like
I wouldn't
butterfly
make her,
on the dewdrop?
I wouldn't make her do what I had to go through.
Okay, wow.
So you know.
She had to watch Kai.
I mean, nobody's watching Naruto from the beginning. They're watching it with the filler list.
Oh, true that. True
Yeah,
that.
I would say so. Yeah, I would say that.
And I wish I had Dragon Ball back in the day when they weren't powering up for a whole hour and then showing me the last episode.
on Dragon
It took 12
God.
episodes for Namek to blow up in 5 minutes.
That was awful, bro. But yet, We sat through it.
I loved every minute of it.
It was great.
That's all we had. That's all we knew. We didn't have the luxury of crunchy rolls and all this
You're
shit.
1,000% right.
Yeah.
Technology now, I wish.
You
I
spoiled.
wish.
Look at
fucking
you
Toonami
spoiled
ass.
asses, man.
Take what Toonami gives
I
you.
wish. I wish that
You know how
was
many
the case.
Sailor Moon episodes I had to fucking watch
Truth,
You
dude.
spoiled fuck.
Truth.
just to wait for Dragon Ball Z to come
Oh
on
my
because I didn't
God.
want to miss it?
I'm sitting
All
there
right.
trying to convince myself I was enjoying this shit. Like,
I mean, fucking Inuyasha episodes I had to fucking watch.
Yeah, I've been there. I feel you.
All right, now that's the main characters out the way that we actually love, our favorites anyway. Let's get to our least favorite characters. I probably don't need all my 130 minute and 30 for this.
130.
Mine's worst. Shinji, man, this guy.
What's the anime?
Evangelion.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Neon
okay.
Genesis Evangelion. He was just. This dude was everything. He's everything that I don't like in a protagonist. He's too vulnerable. He's insecure. He's a bitch. He's a bitch, and he's a bitch. And
Did you say he was a bitch?
he's a bitch,
Yeah.
and he hates himself. Like, you know, he doesn't take any accountability. And at the end of the day, when we're talking about these protagonists, I know they're super young. So I know they're all around the same age. I don't want to hear, well, he was young. It's like all the characters we talked about were in the same age range.
Yeah.
And they all sucked it up and said, I got to get it done.
Gotta get it.
This dude, multiple times people had to step in for him because he was just a whole ass motherfucker. His dad literally had to, I mean, it's fucked up. His dad had killed somebody off for him and he had to watch. But hey, at the end of the day, you should, at that point, I feel like you should have fucked your dad up if that was the case. You should have went in there, beat your dad's ass. At no point in time,
Wait, his dad did what?
his dad pretty much made him kill somebody and made his machine kill somebody, and he had to watch. He just never got, at least from what we saw from that.
He never had a moment.
He just never had a moment to where he was a boss ass motherfucker, and I think that's why I can't watch somebody that cries and whines that much. And that's why, to me, he's the worst. He's everything that I would never want to be. We talked about that when, if we were his age. At some point, we would have sucked it up and got it done, and he didn't. And that's why he's a hoe. He's a bitch, and he's the worst protagonist.
And he still had time to spare.
About 4 seconds.
I agree with a lot of what you're saying, but not everything you're saying. He did get it done. He did. I mean, listen, it took everything. It's a meme. Shinji getting the damn robot. It took everything to get this kid to get in there. But
Everybody else got him to get it done.
He was dragged kicking and screaming into that fucking robot every single episode. But he did do it, usually. Except, you know, with his dad, his friend. Obviously, we talk about that. But I understand why Shinji is a very polarizing character and maybe not people's favorite.
But who is saying they fuck with Shinji? I don't think it's polarizing because there's no other side of there's no other side of it.
He's definitely like, I was kind of doing some research before we came into this, and he came up the most often for like worst anime protagonists.
Yeah.
I don't think there's an other side for him to really be polarized.
The only excuse you have is if you take all the elements of other protagonists out of it, is that he's young and he went through a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
That's understandable. But in the world of anime, you suck it up.
You go again.
There's a lot of trauma in anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody has
on the curve.
Everybody has a horrible life.
My mom died. Everybody's mom or dad died, bro.
Yeah.
Somebody's sibling. Like, it's like, if your mom and dad are like, oh, my mom died? Oh, okay, fuck it.
Goku
gotta go on
killed
this
his,
journey
his
now.
grandfather.
This girl over here on your own show doesn't have any parents.
Yeah, exactly. Like, everybody, I feel like even who was the redhead girl, Sokka?
Yeah, Asuka or
Asuka, something like that.
something.
She was, to me, she was annoying at times, but she was a boss ass motherfucker at least. Like, she was like, where's the smoke at? Let's get the smoke going.
And then she caught the fucking smoke almost every single
every
time.
time. And she was with the shits, but she got the
she was
shits on
Vegeta
her.
in that shit. She was.
She got destroyed.
But I respect her for going after it, and Shinji was being a hoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody? I know. You guys
I
need
mean,
to
haven't
see
it's
seen
it.
it. I
just
haven't
stuff
seen it.
his comparison to.
And I
It's just
probably
like-
won't watch now. It was on my list.
It's kind of like what we talk about with comedy. If you're a stand-up comedian, it's like, yo, I'm out here. You know, if you're talking to the average person and he like, man, I'm doing 2 to 3 open mics a week. Okay, like to me that sounds crazy, but if you tell a comedian you're doing 2 to 3 mics a week, they be like, nigga, you not out here every day. Like you're not doing mics every day. You're not doing this every day. Like when in comparison to people that are really doing it, that doesn't compare. Like to the average person that's not in that field, that might sound crazy. That might sound like a lot. Like I had to wait 2.5 hours to get up on stage for 3 minutes. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, shit, I waited 2 hours. I didn't even get on stage.
People
Yeah.
never understand.
But
Yeah.
also too, I mean, and then he's thrown into a classic anime, and he's just And I watched it. I was just like, there's moments. I think we ended up breaking down what the meaning of it was or something like that.
Oh, definitely, because that's the
It was-
thing.
yeah, it was- yeah.
I mean, that's the thing about the show is it's not necessarily like an action. It's framed almost as if it's like an action-oriented show. It's not.
Yeah.
It's about
Right.
like depression and loneliness
Yeah.
and like intrinsically feeling like you can never be connected to another human being.
Oh, yeah,
So
that sounds awful.
if you're interested in like those sort of
I'm
deeper
not.
themes,
Don't
and meanings,
watch.
then that's
Oh.
the show. It's
Yeah.
not
This-
about watching robots beat each other.
But
Well, I'm
that-
all about journey though, because I don't care where you start. I don't care about where you finish.
Well, he
So-
finishes the same spot where he starts.
Well, that's a problem.
Yeah. As a whole.
That's not true either. He doesn't finish where he started, but it is not a satisfying conclusion.
Okay.
It's like because the last 2 episodes are basically like just him in front of like a blank screen having like a thought experiment.
Yeah.
That he's
Yeah.
a bitch.
Yeah.
He was a hoe at all times.
Damn.
We're gonna call him bitch knee.
Oh shit.
Bitch.
Bitch,
I mean,
that's bitch Shinji. Benji.
We're gonna have to workshop that.
Honji,
Honji.
Honji.
All right,
shitting G.
Rob, go ahead.
All right, so my least favorite or my worst anime protagonist nominee is Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan.
I haven't seen it.
The guy has
Bro. So,
The guy has a tragic backstory, but his motivations and goals are murky and shifting. What does this guy even want? Does he want to see the outside world? Does he want to destroy all Titans? Does he want to sterilize the Eldians? I mean, also, can we talk about that last goal? His current goal, as stated by him, is to team up with his half brother and then use their combined powers to sterilize and kill off his own people.
Yeah.
Not only that, but Eren is like the 3rd or 4th most interesting / powerful character on his own show. Levi obviously takes that
He's
top
great,
spot.
of course.
And even Levi, I mean, take it from Levi, he even says in the quote unquote final season that he comments to himself how many times he's had to go out of his way to save Eren, how many lives of good people that's cost him, only so Eren could go out and betray them and side with Zeke to sterilize and end the lineage of his entire people.
Rob's out here spoiling the whole thing.
What we've been talking about it.
it's on right
I mean,
now.
there's nothing we could do.
He gotta keep
has
up.
to- he has to make his point.
Now I understand you. Oh, go ahead.
No,
Make
but
a
it's,
point.
Keenan's
Sorry.
watching me.
I know.
Goddamn right I am.
But I mean, his accomplishments, even these big ones, are usually followed up by big failures. Like even when he beat the Armor Titan, he gets captured immediately after. He does plug the wall, but then it doesn't stop anybody from getting eaten up by Titans. I mean, even his biggest accomplishment of the attack on Marley and going up against the Warhammer Titan is a fucking war crime because he doubtlessly killed hundreds, if not thousands, of innocents. All in one. Okay, all right.
Oh,
Do you feel good, Keenan?
Yes.
Do you feel
that was better than calming. Would Arnold Schwarzenegger say better than calming?
I don't have no reason to watch Attack on Titan anymore. Rob just ruined the
Well,
whole
Attack
thing.
on Titan
I
is
just
still
saved it
fire,
for you.
and the scenes are dope. And Levi's worth watching. Alone.
Yeah, it's dope.
He's great.
I would say a good amount of your points are pretty valid. It's kind of hard to argue, but I can see why somebody would say. I feel like Rick James and that. I just do coke. I can see why somebody would say he's trash, but I think he's being lied to so much. Everything that you're saying makes sense of why he keeps changing his mind. So it makes sense why he's been manipulated from fucking day one. So I can't. It's hard for me to necessarily go against that. It's not like he's just an idiot or something like that. It's like, yo, he's being told this from his whole childhood. Then this happens, and then this happens, and then I think right now he's in his best mindset. I think it's going to end on him pretty much doing what he had to do. He's using his brother, but he's using him in a bad way. His half brother, he's using him in a bad way. So I think he's. I mean, I can't argue for him to be a favorite because he's not. He's not going to be a top protagonist. But
I mean, even look how we treated Armin and Mikasa in that
Aaron's
last season.
Aaron's a piece of shit.
he is.
And he didn't start off that way.
But I think all
did
that.
not.
I think all that is a part of the plan, so they don't get hurt because he loves them.
If he didn't want Aaron, what's his name, to get hurt, he wanted to beat him to a pulp like he did
He
his
beat
boy.
him.
I think he had.
And he literally said, "You know why we never had a fight? Because it wouldn't have been fair." And he continued to pummel him.
I think he did it all on purpose to save his friends.
I don't think that I had to beat you to save you.
I think we're gonna see at the end that he did.
We will see.
I hope that ass whooping was worth it. And I hope he goes, Aaron was right the whole time.
Maybe we will see.
I'm interested to see where that goes. But one quick point. We're talking about animes getting weird. This gets weird.
It does get weird.
Naruto gets weird in the end. I go,
Yeah.
what the fuck just happened?
Yeah,
Animes get
Kaguya.
weird.
Yeah, but that was over 700 episodes, not 12.
They didn't know where to go. They're just like, this shit. Like, seriously, like them trying to sterilize. You're like, what?
What are we doing?
What?
What are we
And at
doing?
first they're going to be like, joking.
But by the end of it,
animes don't do that. They don't. psych at all.
Captain
so.
Levi is the main character in that show.
Well, he's not the main, but he's the
I'm
best.
just saying
Maybe
that's how
in
I
season
feel.
3.
I'm
he's
like, that's
the main
how I'm
character.
just saying that's how I
He's
feel.
the best
I
part
watched
of
it
the
for him
show.
only.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Nah, he's great.
Ice.
Goku.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, he's garbage. He's garbage. The first reason, and Brendan had a whole thing about him being a trash father. That's one of the points. I'm not gonna go into that. More so, it's
Seen
just
worse
like
fathers, but go ahead.
I mean, yeah, true. But the fact that Goku has his motivation, only motivation, is he just wants to fight the strongest. Not no, this person blowing up your family, blowing up the planet. Not that he is terrorizing people, he or she, whoever they fighting. Not that he killed your dad and your whole fucking race, talking about Frieza. I just want to fight him because he's the strongest. What the fuck is wrong with you? You are a maniac, sir. Like, he needs help. Somebody needs to help this man because he's laughing and playing the whole time, and people are dying on his watch. And on top of that too, you're a trash ass character because you let all this destruction happen and then you come in and save the day. That's bullshit. That's bullshit, and I know that's more so a Toriyama than him, but still, I can't blame. Toriyama's not the main character. Goku is, and that plot armor that Goku has, where he is fucking 105 and is stupid. He dies and comes back, and like, there's no weight to him fighting. He knows he can come back, go to King Kai's world, get Wish back, and come back and save the day. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. He's playing on easy every time, and he doesn't.
All right.
I'm not motivated by him.
Okay. All right. Anybody want to start off?
Goku's great. Goku's great for multiple reasons. One, he wants to fight everybody because he's a Saiyan. It's in his blood. He literally can't help but to want to fight the strongest. That is in his DNA.
Vegeta does the same thing.
That's in his DNA. If he could spend time with his family, I'm sure he would, but he has to train. It's in his blood. That's just what it is as a Saiyan. He doesn't have a choice.
It's in Gohan's blood.
He's in full blood Saiyan.
Gohan's half, and his mom was kind of a dick. You know, like,
But
you gotta get in
his
these
mom
books.
was with the shits.
But I mean, I can't.
Chi-Chi back in the day, not when she had kids.
Yeah.
Was, go study Gohan.
She went to the family.
She didn't want it to be like
family
Goku.
first.
Yeah.
Right.
But I would say you can't compare because he's half. These are full-blooded Saiyans. Literally, when you watch even the Super arc, literally the Saiyans in there are the same
You
way.
haven't seen a Saiyan who
Broly?
works at. Wait. You didn't see any Saiyan working at the fucking Quickie Mart.
But
you didn't see any regular job.
Broly didn't always want to fight, and he's the strongest Saiyan there is.
Want to fight, but still, you don't think Broly trained? You don't think he was out here
but
whooping
Broly
ass?
was not to the effect that Goku is, and he is way stronger than Goku.
But also,
Goku has joy in fighting. He's a true fighter.
Yeah.
There's MMA cats.
But you just said Saiyans in general. It's in his blood. It's in Broly's blood too.
It's
and
in
he
his
don't
blood.
have
But
the
he does
same
fight.
energy.
He does fight.
But he's not fighting to
He
the
can't
level.
help it. He has to.
He's not fighting to the level of Goku is. That's what I'm saying. You can't just generalize all the Saiyans and say and say it's in their blood.
Goku happens to love it.
But
Vegeta loves it.
But your first statement was it's in his blood.
It
He has
is.
to fight. It's in Broly's blood too,
And he has to fight.
But he doesn't. He's calm, and he doesn't. If he don't have to fight, he don't fight.
He fights.
We don't know that.
He-
we gotta,
he's
we,
agitated
we gotta see
when-
more.
when-
We gotta see more of
when
Broly. We don't have
Broly-
enough of Broly yet.
No, anytime, even the old Broly, he was chilling. Broly was chilling. He
No,
wasn't like I gotta
Broly,
fight
Broly
you.
was not chilling.
Broly's a
was not
scrapper,
chilling.
bro. Not because he just fell into it, because he trained.
No.
his entire
First of
life.
all, Broly was not chilling. Broly was under control by his father because he's a fucking fighting, killing maniac. His father had to literally put something on his neck to keep him contained. So that's false. But you go to the other Saiyans that are from a whole different universe. The Saiyans in there, the same way. What's her name?
Tarbo doesn't want to fight.
Who?
He's a full-blooded Saiyan. Tarbo doesn't
Is
want
he
to
even
fight.
canon?
I'm trying to.
Tarbo is canon.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember which cat.
Is he the guy that looks like Goku but isn't
No,
related?
No, that's
Tarbo is
Turles. Turles, same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tarbo is Vegeta's brother or something.
He's not.
Like,
I don't think he's not canon.
Also, Goku would be a great father if Chi-Chi would let the boys go train. Then you would see who's that dude, Beast Williams, who's always on IG. He's always, you know what I'm talking about? The dude who's always fighting with the sons, but like.
No, I never seen him, but
But he's a dude. He's always. I feel bad for the kids. 'Cause he's always whooping their ass, but he's always training with them. But they spend crazy time together.
Yeah.
They
And I
do
go
boxing or mixed martial arts.
but mixed martial arts for sure.
okay.
But
Yeah.
but I watch Goku and I go like Chi-Chi always he wanted to go train. Chi-Chi said no. He's like, let's go on, let's go. Gotenks was way more with it because he could. Gotenks would just leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But my thing is, that's not to that effect. Vegeta wants to smoke too, but he still is a better father than Goku is, and he still looks out for his people more
kinda is.
than Goku. You can't just say he wants to fight.
But he wants to be the strongest though.
And he
Okay,
can't
but at what
because
cost?
Goku is.
Well, I mean, where I do agree with Ice is like Goku doesn't necessarily get me motivated or
Yeah.
hyped to be like, oh, because like he always does show up, but for me, Goku is not necessarily an interesting character. Like,
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm not disagreeing
That's because you
fully.
guys seen 700 episodes of him.
Well, I'm saying
I got
He was
700
so he was so compelling early on.
Where? How?
I think
Where?
I think at the beginning, I think up to about Frieza, I enjoyed him, and then after that, I really didn't. It was whatever.
But then it's
There's-
repeat beat.
There's other, yeah. But I would say it's not that I fully disagree with what Ice is saying. I agree to some of his points. I think Chaz made a good point of the Saiyan being in his blood, and then we go back and look at all the Saiyans. That's what they do.
Not all of the Saiyans are like Goku though.
Even if it's
Turbo is
one
not
out
with
of
the
all
shit.
of
but
them.
we're not counting people
Why
not
not?
canon.
He is in canon.
He's not in canon. What has he been in canon? The
He
movies.
is-
The movies are not a canon.
He is in canon.
No, he's not in canon. He never showed up on the show.
When they pulled up after.
No.
I'm gonna look it up.
He's not canon.
and on top of it too, Vegeta's right there. Vegeta's not fighting like to the effect of Goku to where he's like, hey, I want to fight the strongest. And on top of that,
You know why? Because Vegeta's always chasing Goku.
No, here's the thing. Vegeta actually was. Vegeta was literally training when Goku couldn't train. So Vegeta definitely, he says, I want to be the strongest ever.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, but it's
'Cause it's
the
the
show.
heat
still-
But
and
the
he
show was
still
just
manages-
the show was just centered around Goku. That's the only thing.
and
but
he,
Vegeta's doing the same thing.
But what work has Goku really put in though?
What do you
Like
mean?
when you think about it, think about all the times that he saved the day. He's always been there, and he had nothing, damn near nothing to do with the situation.
and then to your other,
Cell wasn't there, but he was still there.
But did he not train Gohan? And he sacrificed himself so Gohan could win.
Did he not
Yeah.
Did he not give Cell a sensu bean?
stupid move.
Garbage.
But I will say,
Not
you're-
really.
Kind
to your-
of, but it
also
brought out
to
the best in Gohan.
But also to your point about him not losing, he's lost plenty of fights.
Oh yeah.
and then ended
Cell.
up winning. That's trash.
He's
That's trash.
Bro,
How do you get
wait, wait,
killed
wait,
and
wait.
can come back?
That's anything. If you're a true champion of anything, Muhammad Ali lost the belt, but he's won it 3 different times. That's a true champion. You get beat, you come back and you win. That's a
How
true
many
champ.
times you gonna do that? How many
That's
L's
it.
you gonna take?
As many as it takes. As long as you get back up, you're a champion.
You losing in a boxing match where you can come back is different from dying.
Hey, did he say, "Hey guys, bring me back"? He was dead in a different world.
He actually said, "Don't bring him back." At one point, He
If
said-
they did
yeah.
that, that's on
Eventually
him.
he did,
That's Goku's fault.
At
Okay.
every W that he got, it was after he had, and he didn't like, oh, let me get to this height that I ain't never did. He just comes back at, oh, you guys did all the work. Thanks, guys. Here's a spirit bomb. Peace out.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I see, at the end of the day, Goku is very dense as a character, especially now.
He's a big dummy. Yeah.
And
he's
I feel like
dumb as
I feel
a
like
fucking bag of rocks.
he's dumb as hell. And then I think his motivation now. I think at one point it was fine, but then his motivation now is just becoming pretty redundant.
Yeah.
And so I'm not, like I said, I'm not. We're gonna poke holes in every argument that we know the anime
doubt.
of course.
Right.
No.
But I mean, I think you made a good argument. But I do agree that he shouldn't be. He's a favorite to a lot of people because he's nostalgia.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
It's been around since the
it's to
80s.
Keenan's
Yes.
point was like, when I watch Dragon Ball Z, I don't see Goku in me. Like I don't see myself in Goku either or. Like I don't like
Who do you see yourself in Dragon Ball Z? Who do
probably
you relate to most?
Vegeta for
Okay.
sure. Outside of the losses, the Vegeta just because he has a name that he wants to keep alive and he fucking goes after it and he works hard. It's just that fucking Toriyama don't like his ass. Like that's really what it all boils down to. If I can say that Toriyama is the main character, fuck that guy. Like because he just
Well-
gives Goku to win every single time.
to Toriyama's kudos is that Vegeta has one of the greatest character developments in anime history.
And in that show, for that show.
for sure.
Yeah,
That's true.
his character
At the-
Goku's not great.
No.
Yeah.
Development.
And actually, in all honesty, Vegeta has passed Goku in strength numerous times.
He's
It's
2-0, really.
Yeah, I mean, even in the Super, he passed him. I think probably twice or whatever. But I mean, good argument. Let's get on to the last one. Chad, this is interesting.
Who do you got?
But I think I understand why.
One Punch Man, Saitama. Saitama is kind of boring, guys. He's not. First off, I've never seen him arise to he's gonna have a challenge and win because we know it only takes one punch. But after the first season, I go, hey, you can keep him One Punch Man, but how do we watch Saitama grow? Where's he from? Who's his family? What's a backstory? Is there anything else to learn about this? He has zero development. The second season wasn't even about him at all. The villain was way more compelling. Genos was way more compelling.
Yeah.
Everybody else was way more compelling than Saitama. There wasn't one time I said, "Ooh, Saitama. Get him, baby. That first season, great. We saw a lot of it was animation, and it might have sucked because the second one animation was trash, right? So he might get kudos for the first one, but his story never grew. He never grew. He never got better. You don't see him train. You see him playing fucking video games with some other cat around there. There was not a single thing that Saitama did that I thought was compelling, exciting, thrilling. I just thought he was kind of useless. He was the most useless, and you're the star of the show. How are you useless in One Punch Man? You didn't throw one punch. Actually, he only threw one punch in the whole second season.
And what did that punch do?
Well, he won. But we all saw it coming from season one. You know, from season one, we knew One Punch Man's he's going one punch. Okay. So, Saitama's trash.
All right.
I mean, I think there's a lot to be unpacked here that I'll let Ice
Y'all not
unpack.
high-fiving?
Because I feel like Ice is going to come back. Like, isn't that the same argument I just made about Goku?
I mean, Rob knows it, yeah.
But the one thing, here's what I'll say in defense of Saitama. One of the things that I think makes him very interesting as a character, and it's mostly from season one, is even though what he does want is to be recognized as a hero and be a number one hero, constantly he's having those opportunities and then basically making sure other people look good. Like when he defeated the Sea King, he took the blame from the people, looked like the bad guy so that the other heroes would look better. And even to the point where like those Tiger Pant brothers or whatever tried to like shout him down, and then other people came in and just like, no, you don't know what he did. Like he helped all of you. Like Saitama, I will give him like, as much as as badly as he wants to be number one hero, he's put other people first, and he has been a hero in that way. So I don't know if I could say he's the worst, but I do understand.
I love his passiveness. It's so great and compelling and wonderful.
Well,
he's heroic in other ways.
Love to
I
watch
feel like
it.
like you said, Ice is gonna get into his shit. So let me just say my quick little points. I get what you're saying, but his character is supposed to be pretty much like, I don't want to say like a mockumentary, but like he's pretty much he's supposed to be like a Goku, like a Goku somewhat. Yeah.
Goku has fights that he loses.
I here's the thing where I will agree with you at is that after season one, I was like, all right, he needs to be challenged. And then I was watching season two, I was like, this shit is boring. This show cannot go 3 or 4 seasons.
Season two was awful.
But at least, and that's the thing, and the other characters around him, I don't know if they're necessarily.
But do you know why
I like
season 2
Guru.
was awful? That's right. He was great. This is what they do with Batman all the time. The villains are great. Batman sucks. Bruce Wayne is always trash. He's never developed enough.
Right.
Right. But this is what happens when you go, hey, we have a gimmick and not a show with a character who's fully developed. He's gimmicky. One Punch Man is a gimmick.
Yeah.
Have you finished the rest of it after season 2?
The
manga?
No. And you know what? It could be very different, and I'm fine with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I want this to be dope. Yeah. I'm rooting for Saitama, and I was like, yo.
And they stretched out to the point just overall for the show. They stretched out their stuff with Goro the whole second season. That's like 4 issues on the manga.
No,
like, it's very quick.
Yeah.
Like, Goro comes in and does his thing, and then they get the fuck on with it. And they made a whole second season, which he is worthy of a second season. But I feel like they could have done more with that. Well, I don't know if you were done.
No, that's pretty much
okay.
it. Yeah,
It's the same thing like Rob said. That's the same shit I said about Goku.
It's not what you said about Goku. First you said Goku was a bad father, which he's a great father. Chi-Chi didn't want to let him see his kids. They got baby mama drama over there.
Then you have as a dad, you have to adapt and figure some stuff out. He didn't adapt. He just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna fight anyway. Fuck these kids and go about it."
Well, how many times has the world been in peril? Now, if he's chilling at home reading fucking story time with his kids, and another Frieza comes up and stronger, or another Vegeta comes up and stronger, who's taking care of Piccolo?
He didn't figure it out when they came. What happened?
He was the only one who stood a chance.
After he died.
He died
initially,
but they wound up winning because of Goku.
Because of bad writing.
Goku.
That's why he
It's not the point. Goku pushes everybody to be better. Everybody's chasing Goku. But it's not my point. My point is that that's not the same thing also because you have 2 seasons of One Punch Man. You have 30, 40 years of Homeboy being great. Goku. From a kid, you watch him have a damn near grandson. He has a grandson now.
Yeah.
Like I have more than enough stuff to say. Goku was dope here, here, and here.
And over how many?
Now, hey, in the last ones, you're right. He's been one note in the last ones.
He's been one note since Frieza.
And you know what? He's been one of those since Cell. I think Frieza was his last growth because of what he did with Gohan.
Yeah.
I agree.
But
Yeah.
but after that, they also did GT. You know what I'm saying, guys?
We don't even count GT.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying
we
it
don't-
happened.
not even.
Let's
Nobody-
not
we
forget
didn't talk about
GT.
GT. Did it
happened.
happen?
It
did.
happened.
Yeah.
And you know what? Not Goku's fault. You know?
Well, all right. Let's jump into one of the main reasons why we're even here today. All right.
Well, I'm here today.
Yes, why you're
Yes,
even here.
indeed.
Other than that, you wouldn't be in this fucking podcast, Jazz. Jazz made us sit through an anime called Blades of the Immortal.
You can never get that title right.
I know. I always feel like it's
Out
the
of
Blades
all
of the
the
Immortal.
episodes we watched,
always
you
feel
Is it
like
the
never
Blades
got
of
it
the
right.
Immortal or Blades of the Immortal?
He got the Immortal
Blades of the Immortal.
Blades of the. He never, because we didn't give a fuck about the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's mostly
At
what
the
it
end of
was.
the day, Chaz, let me tell you something. Chaz is a good friend of mine. I know Chaz for over 10 years. He hit me in the text message, was like, dog, I'm telling you, you, this is one of the dopest. Amazon Prime, go to it. It's fire. It's super dope. Let me tell you something. I think I saw like a trailer or something like that. I think even the first episode or two we saw, where I was just like, oh shit, they're going fucking, this is crazy. But this guy, what was his name again?
Manji.
Manji.
Yeah, I don't know.
This guy didn't even try to work. I think the anime would have been dope if we would have saw his backstory. Like his full-on backstory to how he slayed the 100 or whatever it was. I think that might have been a better
Show me
anime.
that.
I
Is
think
he- where does he rank on the worst characters, main characters? Because he technically was a main character.
He
So
was
is
definitely a main
is he
character.
well, technically
Yeah.
the girl's the main character.
Is,
Well,
That's
we
her
start
story.
with him.
It'll be like Samurai Champloo. It'll be like, yeah, it's like the girl's type of journey.
She went and got him to get vengeance for her family.
But it was like he
but once he got on the screen, she took a big backseat.
well,
yeah.
at times, and then there's times when he took a big backseat. You know, there's
Not
times
really.
It was. There's times when you don't see him for. It's been a while. It's been years since I've seen this. Also, and also I caught it when you guys were. I think you guys got a chance to binge it. I was watching it week to week. So I think by the time you guys were reviewing it and asking, saying it was trash,
That would have been brutal.
I was like, I don't
Watching
really
it.
remember what
but also
happened.
too, I mean,
back in episode
I guess
1.
we won't fight the animation. We're gonna go off the character itself. The character itself. This guy was just he didn't care. He didn't even care to learn how to fight, bro.
You know why? Because his biggest secret weapon was everybody thought he was dead.
I know, but still, that
Yo, wait, you imagine this
His
night, right?
strategy is I
Wait,
suck.
imagine this night. Imagine the night when he killed the 100, right? Everybody thought he died, right? And he came up and killed everybody. And they're
And
like,
they
he's the
sleep.
greatest fighter ever. And he's like, no, I just played possum. I recame alive and I killed everybody. That's his secret power.
That's trash.
How much would you work hard? Dog, if you never missed a shot hooping, how much would you go practice? If you just never missed. Would you practice at all? You would never practice. You would show up at game time and be like, all right, great, pass me the rock. You would never practice.
But
Bro.
your team never wins still.
that's fine.
He's
right?
solo.
That's fine, right? But and you about to make a point, Rob. That's fine. But when you're watching an anime,
Right.
you have to give us more.
Well,
if this is
let
like,
me-
understand you for
let
like
me
a
explain also.
real point.
You're right. Hey, you're right. Let me explain this.
Okay.
Now, when I hit Keenan, I said, yo, I don't know if I said it's dope or it's fire. It's the greatest thing. I'm pretty sure I did say it's dope. That's
Okay.
my word, right?
right.
So I was like, yo, you got to check this out. It's dope. Now, Keenan didn't miss for the first few episodes. I don't know how far I was in, but Keenan said he was going to review it for such and such. Now, by that time, I'm not like, hey, you still checking it out? Also, I didn't know you guys do a deep dive. I had no idea. If you guys deep dive in anime, right?
Yeah.
So then if I was gonna recommend one, I told you about the Scissor 6, right? Or whatever it was, that one on Netflix, the little cartoon one, the dude has the scissors. I was like, check it. Then I said, watch it casually. Because I've learned a lesson about saying something's dope to me when you guys go in and you dissect shit from episode to episode.
We have to watch it for the
well,
yeah.
I get it. It's a different thing when you go like,
But that's
hey,
not even a casual watch.
well, I'm just saying though, if I say, yo, that was dope, like I think it's dope, but then you're going like, hey man, you because you didn't say, I'm about to go, are you sure? Because we get in here. Would you stake your reputation on this? That's a different combo. Because
Okay.
Jujutsu
Okay.
Kaisen, I'd be like, I stake my rep on Jujutsu Kaisen.
Sure, yeah.
I would have told anybody, yo, you're fucking nuts if you don't watch the show, right?
I would agree with that.
Okay, same with the what was the one on Amazon with the
Vinland Saga.
Vinland Saga.
Vinland Saga was also
I'd
very
be like,
good.
yo, you're nuts if you don't like this shit, right? I go, hey, you guys were in the minority for not liking because it got great reviews. I don't say I stake my reputation on it. I don't know. I'm like, that's a whole different
But if we would
mind
have came
frame,
back
bro.
and said that we liked it, you'd have been like, yeah, I fucking told y'all.
I just
told
said it was
y'all
dope, right?
Blazers and more was our shit.
But then
I
when you
told
got,
y'all.
and you're right, I'd have been like, yo, it's fire. I thought it was fire. I thought it was good throughout. Did I think it was the best? Did I think it was my reputation? No, was it slow at times? Absolutely.
I mean,
Man.
a slow the entire
Absolutely.
show.
Well, I don't know
was
about the entire,
slow.
but there's parts when I'm like, yo, that's dope, that's dope, that's dope. I'm here for the fights, but I can't. But it was coming out, so I can't just say Google the fights.
You was here for the blood.
I was there for the
'Cause
blood.
not even the fight was necessarily that good.
Yeah.
Like,
Homegirl with the shits got more to the shits than he did.
Yeah,
I
with
forgot-
the instrument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was my favorite character. She came later, for sure. Right? She came like near towards the end. I'm not saying that I was right and you guys were wrong. I'm saying had I had a chance to do it again and stick my rep on something, because my rep is
You had
tarnished
one
now.
shot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had
yeah.
one shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything
And
that
I
you
hit Keenan on a casual. He wasn't like, yo, I need something for them. I'm like, hey, nigga, wait till you watch this. I hit Keenan on the chilling. Yo, this is dope, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So I wasn't trying to be like, yo,
All right. No, this makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fair. Fair
you
point.
guys do a deep dive. I wasn't ready for the dissecting. I'm
we,
really
we,
no-
Wait, wait.
were- yeah, we,
Go ahead, go ahead.
we
I
was
know
not
Rob has-
fine.
I'm sure
No,
Rob has
I
a
mean,
voice.
I we talked about most of it, but just like what's so frustrating about it is that he even knows on some level at some point he runs into people that do have the ability to kill him,
Right.
And he's still just like whatever.
Mm.
I don't
But
care.
that's honestly what I liked about him, because he was just like, yeah, I'm gonna die and come back and kill him when he's walking away. That was
No,
his
but he
secret.
had people like that could actually kill him, take him
That
out.
made me laugh. I was like,
And I'm
you're
just-
hilarious. You don't give a shit about training.
No,
didn't
he
teach,
really
He didn't teach a
doesn't.
girl how to fight at all, how to swing a sword. He was like, yeah, we're good.
no, she
don't
got
worry.
more training from like the dude
Everybody
she was trying
when
to
she-
kill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Very true. That's,
If the show followed the dude that she was trying to kill,
He was dope.
that
was
would
hard.
be a show.
yeah,
The-
that
With that big ass thing that
Yep.
he had.
And the villains
Yeah.
were dope. The girl was dope. There's parts of it I go like, yo, it was dope. So
It was too long.
it was
I
it was
think
long.
it
and-
was too long.
But
Yeah.
and also think about this. I was watching it week to week. When I hit Keenan, I don't know what week I was in, but I wasn't 24.
Okay.
I wasn't like, I'm thinking it's 10 or 8 or
No,
something
we
like
had
that.
Yeah.
was 30 plus, huh?
Nah,
I don't know if it was 30 plus.
25.
But you could definitely take that whole section where he's like locked in a dungeon.
Yeah,
You
that
could
was
pretty much
right.
just
That
get
was
that.
trash.
When
right
they're
out of
trying
there.
to
And then the
make a
payoff-
new one.
Yeah.
You're
Right.
The
right.
payoff of them coming out of the jail, because then he said that you doubled down on that part. Like, hey, when they get out the jail scene is crazy, and that wasn't crazy at all either.
The fights in there, I'm trying to remember.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Because
you did.
You
have
doubled down on the jail scenes,
Yeah, you were like,
and they
yo,
were trash.
Yeah,
Also, I think that one.
So you had a chance.
Well, I don't. Like I said, I don't remember. I thought because it was some years ago, and I haven't went back to it. But like I said, I don't quite remember. But I remember like if I thought some fights were dope, I go because that's all I'm basing. I'm not basing it off of a story. I watch most animes for the bloody fights.
For the fights.
Yeah.
That's pretty
That-
much.
but you
90%
had
of
you
it.
had an opportunity to get up out of there, and you doubled down on
Well,
the trash.
well, I'm
part
not a
of the
hoe. I'm not gonna
anime.
be like, hey, remember that? Blah blah blah. It was trash. But
Never
also, I
mind.
remember watching like. I remember enjoying this. And then you guys being a minority of the reviews, I go like, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Because if it had been like, Chester got one star.
that was my pick, and that was my only defense for that pick. Was like, well, at the end of the day, we are in the minority for this. This has 4.5 stars.
We'll
Like-
watch a ton of shit on Crunchyroll though that we're like, this is
Just
trash.
trash.
Yeah,
100%.
and I have good
Gangsta.
reviews.
100%.
Gangsta has great reviews.
Somehow.
Trash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Trash.
and-
Kuroko no Basket, great reviews.
Hey, and granted, there's things that I watch that I go like, I don't get it, bro. People love this and that thing. I still don't like Pulp Fiction. I still can't. I still challenge anybody.
I like Pulp Fiction.
I still challenge anybody to tell me what it was about.
was like, okay.
Well, because I challenge anybody. I'm like, what's Pulp Fiction about? They're like, well, it's 3 movies in one, and they always give me some bullshit excuse of what the actual movie is. But no one can ever tell me what the movie.
But
is. I
I
haven't
think
heard one
that's
answer.
I think that's the point of Pulp Fiction.
No.
It's just like you can't say that Pulp Fiction ain't about nothing but like Samurai Champloo.
I didn't see Samurai Champloo. If I admitted that,
All
yet.
right, well then there-
That killed that argument.
Yeah.
that was one. If I didn't admit
But
that
I
was
mean,
one of them. I didn't.
but
see
that's
that.
the same thing too. It's like I would watch Pulp Fiction a million times over before I
Now,
watch.
hey, if you
Blazing
go,
the
hey
Immortal.
man, it's a movie with a bunch of dope scenes and this shit was fire because the visuals were dope, I go great. But you tell me it was a great film and this, I go like, nah, it was
It's not-
cool. It
it's
was a
not-
bunch of cool shit
Yeah,
happening.
it's not thought provoking.
You sat for an hour and a half and watched some cool scenes that he stole from another movie. That's what you watched. That's a Tarantino
I mean, but
flick.
it's
Kill Bill, fire.
But
Kill Bill 2.
isn't that
Yeah.
isn't that
Take
isn't
from other
that
movies.
media in general? It's just like nobody is the originator of nothing. You just seeing a bunch of people take stuff
what
from
is
other
it?
stuff.
Somebody
Five
had
stories.
to originate it.
At some point, but
If you
in the,
steal
by
it-
the 90s,
If
by
you
the-
steal it,
right.
somebody had to originate it.
But in the 90s and the 2000s, you're not really
well,
doing
work
nothing that's
harder
so crazy.
to be original.
You can.
You can. You should.
But
if
there's
you're a
still-
great revered anything.
Parasite
There-
was pretty good.
there's
I
still-
didn't see Parasite,
There's
but I heard
still
it was crazy.
there's
yeah.
still tropes that you pull from other things.
But
there's still
pulling
shots
tropes-
that you take
Hey,
from other things. There's
That's
certain
all great.
angles.
My man's always like, oh, I'm just. What he was always trying to say? It's like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, showing honor to. What's the word?
Yeah, homage.
Homage.
Yeah.
No,
Like
yeah.
Kill Bill was a homage to every single samurai movie we ever saw.
Yeah.
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 I was like, you paid a lot of homage, fam. Why don't you lay back a little bit on the homage? Even did anime in there. Like, you can lay back on a little homage, bro. Why don't you do let's say a Tarantino original cut? Right
But
there.
Kill
never
Bill had
seen this.
Kill Bill still had great moments. and
Hey,
stuff.
Kill Bill was great, and it's a
Yeah.
great story. I like Kill Bill because it's a real story.
Yeah.
I like Foxy Brown, real
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown.
Excuse me, Foxy Brown was the one when she put the titties out. Yeah.
All right, John, man. So that was our, favorites.
Let me
Least
apologize to you guys right now.
I'll take that.
For Blades of Immortal.
No,
I didn't-
Brennan wants an apology directly to him. I'm
Fuck
sure.
Brennan. I apologize to Ice, Keenan, and Rob.
Thank
We
you.
had to go through
Thank
that.
you so much.
I'm sorry that you guys had to go through that and you didn't enjoy it. My super apologies. Next time, if I ever recommend anything, I will stake my rep on there. And then, please feel free to skewer me.
You
alive.
three before you go. 3 animes you'll stake your rep on right now.
Well, I said Jujutsu Kaisen.
That's one.
I love Black Clover. I think it's great.
I mean, Brennan's up there with that, so.
Brennan is
yeah.
up there with that.
So I'm trying to give you guys that ones that aren't like tropey. I'm trying to give you,
Yeah,
I
you want a wild
yeah,
card
I want to
in
give
there.
you something that
State your claim on it. Yep.
This
This is a Chaz certified anime.
it's hard because I'm still in the middle of a lot of them right now. So
Seal of approval.
because I'm watching Bizarre right now, and I'm like, nah, it's not the one. Bizarre's dope though.
What, JoJo's?
No, you know what? JoJo was tough. Bizarre is a different one, but Berserk. I'm sorry.
Berserk.
Not Bizarre.
The original one?
No, I can't find the original one. I've been trying to find it.
Yeah,
You watched the
original-
one that's on
I can give
Netflix?
you-
Yeah,
I can give you
We
an
watched
Amazon
the
link.
first movie
Yeah.
for the show.
Yeah,
I'll
I
give
knew
you an
that.
Amazon link.
You seen the original Berserk?
No, I haven't, but I can give you an
Because it's like
Amazon
one in
link.
the 80s or something
Yeah,
like that.
I have
early
an Amazon-
90s.
I have an Amazon link.
That
Alright.
shit is
Yeah.
wild.
I'm trying to find it. So I need one more. Stay here. Because the other ones we already talked about. We already talked about
Demon Slayer.
Vinland. Yeah, we were talking like
Vinland Saga.
those.
We did talk
Those
about
we
those.
know. So I'm trying to think of one. I'm like, yo, you know what? It's some fire though. God damn it, guys. Shit, it's tough on the spot. I wish.
I was
you
gonna say
would've-
these lights
Yeah.
are hot.
I know. I wish you would have asked me this.
We can.
You can give it to us, and I'll say next
just-
time or whatever.
just
that
come
text
back
it to you or some shit.
Yeah, we'll put it in there later in
Because
VO.
Naruto's the other one. Naruto's
Yeah.
like, nigga, it's like that shit is fire. Like,
Yeah. All
Right,
right.
anyways.
Well, we can necessarily argue Chaz's Black Clover pick. So in the comment section, could y'all argue that pick if it was actually a good
It's a
main
great pick.
character
It's nothing
or
to
a
argue,
bad
guys.
main character?
it's a great argument.
Brennan didn't give us his pick, so we don't have anything for his. But if y'all want to drop y'all,
Brendan picked himself, guys. We all know
Yeah.
that.
I'm the main character of my own story.
all right, go ahead, Ice, drop your stuff.
Ice.McGowan on everything.
Rob.
Yeah, as you know, I've been kind of plugging different artists I found on Instagram. Actually, this week is a guy I know very well. He's a cousin of mine. My cousin Nick is an artist on Instagram. He does a lot of really cool, like,
Dope.
kind of poppy comic stuff. His handle on Instagram is Walter13. That's like the name Walter, the digit 1, and then 3. He's also on DeviantArt. Check out his stuff. It's cool. I've got one of his paintings hanging out on my wall back in my apartment. Check him out.
Dope.
Brennan at Brennan the Best on Instagram. Go ahead, Chaz.
Brendan the best. I'm Chaz Rogers on IG, and then I'm on Daddy Issues with Tony Keon, Craig Waynes, and DC Urban.
Yeah.
And you can watch my own podcast, C- Society, on Laugh at Chaz on YouTube.
And he's a writer for TV shows, man.
And I write for TV shows.
Talented dude.
Excellent.
Talented dude.
Yeah,
Thanks,
man.
man.
Keenan Baker on everything. Animeshun, SHUN podcast on every single thing. Let us know what y'all think in the comment section below about all these arguments that we made for favorites and least favorites. And who was your least? I'm looking at the wrong camera, I think. Who was your least? And who was your favorite main character? Let us know in the comment section below, man. And thank you for tuning in to another episode of Animeshun.
Jesus. Thank y'all.
We out.
And so anime was solved forever.